For this session, I'm going to make an oat congee. It's the perfect fuel to keep you active all day long. Ingredients wise, you want to start with your pinhead oats or steel cut oats. Then you've got some sea salt or just any normal salt will do. Just a pinch for seasoning. A little bit of white pepper, some light soy sauce, avocado oil, some crispy shallots, a little bit of chili for garnish later on, a little bit of ginger and spring onion for that base flavour, some sweet potato, that will thicken up that congee nicely, and then shiitake mushrooms to sear off to finish off the dish. The first thing you want to do, guys, is you want to get your oats, and these steel cut oats or pinhead oats are essentially that whole grain or whole oat grain that's just been sliced very quickly, and it opens up the grain and it allows it to soak in the liquid of that stock much more quickly. First thing we want to do is soak that in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. Now, avocado oil, unsaturated fat, much healthier for you than your sort of standard vegetable oils. And your oats don't have any of those hidden sugars that white rice would have. Now, you'll notice I've got a lot more vegetable stock than I do oats. And that's because I want as much liquid to soak into this as possible. And that's what makes it such a healthy dish in itself anyway. So I've had some oats soaking for about an hour now in oil. So they can go straight in. Now I do vegetable stock. So you want to pop that on to high heat first. Once that's boiling away, then just lower it to medium heat. Just let it simmer away. And whilst you're doing that, we can start to add a little bit of flavour to that stock. Your ginger, you don't want too much ginger, just a little bit for a slight bit of heat. And then we're going to slice that into fine slices. And this will make you really feel great. That's the great thing about congee, right? I mean, you know, you can have it in the market stores, but when you're not feeling well at home, the first thing, you know, we do as sort of a Chinese family is make sure we've got some congee on the go. And this will make you feel even better than your white rice congee. A little bit of spring onion. This is more for flavour than sort of beauty. So I'm just going to throw this straight in big chunks. Then we're going to add a little pinch of sea salt. That'll bring the stock up to boil a bit quicker. We can season it again later if need be. There's a lot of water, a lot of liquid in there, so a bit of salt is not going to harm you. Now I've got a sweet potato here. I'm not going to use the whole potato, about half of it for this amount of stock. And the sweet potato is going to add some natural sweetness and good nutrients to the stock and to that congee, but also more importantly, it's going to help to thicken the congee much quicker. With the sweet potato, you do want nice thin slices first before you then matchstick that and dice it up. Now, if you have made congee or jok at home before, you might not have... Woo! Don't do that. Just go careful. Remember to turn it down. Whew, I saved that. That's now on a medium, actually medium to low heat, and that's bubbling away, but not going to overboil like it was just now, hopefully. What I was saying was that the oil that sort of soaks around the oats, what that does is it keeps the oats nice and separate whilst they're boiling away, and eventually it will all sort of expand really well and then almost crack open and create a nice smooth finish on the congee. Sweet potato, nice fine matchsticks first, and then turn those around and then dice them up into nice small dices. And this is going to go for a good amount of time. I'm not going to keep you guys here forever. So we have made one up, fully finished, ready for you to see the texture and how we should finish the dish off. So nice, simple, natural ingredients, all natural. straight into that broth or that stock. And then from here, all we have to do is slice up your shiitake mushrooms. And I'm gonna sear these in a frying pan. I mean, you don't have to. You could just put them into the boiling hot congee later on. But I quite like my mushrooms seared with a little bit of colour on them to finish off the congee. So it's taking a simple dish and making it more of a treat, but a healthy treat at that. My mushrooms are there. I'm going to sear them whilst this is cooking, and then I'm going to finish off the dish with our ready-made congee. And with these mushrooms, as I say, you can either fry them off straight away and just let them cool just for a topping later on, or you can do it just before you're about to serve your congee. A little bit of avocado oil. Make sure for your mushrooms, you're on a really high heat, smoking hot, and then add your mushrooms in. And you can use any type of mushroom for this, or any other veg really, it's up to you. It's just a nice sort of garnish and adds a bit of texture to the congee. And if you want to add a bit of flavour, you can just take a little spoonful of the congee and let that sort of hit into that spongy mushroom. I quite like a little bit of charring on the edge of the slices of the mushroom. With mushrooms, you want to cook it on a high heat because it sears nicely and it keeps all the moisture and the nutrients and the sort of great quality flavour in the mushrooms themselves, not in the pan. Now, if you weren't using mushrooms and you're just going to go for a simple garnish, just with some chilli and spring onion or something like that, then all it is one pan. But hey, I'm treating you guys today. So my mushrooms are done. Got a slight char on the edge. Mushrooms are ready. And then the only other thing we need for garnish later on is a little bit of finely sliced spring onion, some chilli. So that's just for garnish. You can put that into the same bowl. Nice rings of chilli. Now here's the one I made earlier. And so you want to cook your congee through for about 1.5 hours on that simmer, on that rolling simmer. And you can see the texture of this. It's fantastic. And it's got a nice sort of creaminess to it because of that soaking of avocado oil. And so we're just going to finish this off. A little bit more avocado oil. Make it look pretty. You know, food has to be inviting. That's very important. Some shiitake mushrooms. I like a bit of spice. So I've got my chili and my spring onion over the top. Like so. And if you want just a little drizzle of light soy, my oat congee. Really simple cooking. Give it that time and you can make something as simple as this much healthier just by swapping out a couple of ingredients. Time to try it. Healthier, longer, better lives in a bowl.